welcome back to this Friday with me, Betty. Thank you so much for staying with us, and I hope from now on you'll enjoy the show a little bit more. So tonight, like I mentioned, we have a very interesting discussion with one Duncan Mokaya. So he's a shopper manager at Johnnie Walker, and I want to understand, Duncan, first of all, welcome. Welcome to TV47.
Thank you.
The first thing you said is that you're amazed by our studios because they're the most beautiful studios in town.
Yes, they are. It's so bright in here. It looks amazing. Good to see you all and good to be here.
Thank you. So talk to us about first of all, make me understand, what's a shopper manager at the, Johnnie Walker? What do you do? Sounds like so much fun.
It's so much fun. Like I said, Betty, really good to be here. So shopper manager is a very fun job. Okay. So what I do on a day-to-day is commercialize brand strategy. So of course, as brands get into the new fiscal years, there's this big ambitions you set ourselves to do. So in terms of the everyday to realize those ambitions, what does that look like? So that's where the shopper manager comes in.
All right. Yeah, what did you study to even get to that? Sorry, I'm being a little bit personal, but how did that come about?
So I went to school. My undergrad, I took economics and statistics. Okay. Then I took a master's in development finance. Okay. So I've done a couple of things, but I think almost as fate would have it. So I'm more inclined to the creative arts, and I'm privileged. The organization I work with really identifies, abilities within their staff, and then you're able to find very strong alienations to careers that you'd fit in very well. All right. So that's how I came about to get into shopper management.
That's dope, because sometimes if any young person watching, they're like, huh, that position. So that's why I got a little bit personal. But let's get to the icy part, to the juicy part about what you do. Walkertown. That's why I was asking my audience if anybody has been to Walkertown. Please talk to me on my Instagram or Facebook or X. So talk to us about Walkertown. First, just give us a glimpse of what Walkertown experience is.
Amazing, amazing. So think of the most immersive musical experience you've ever been locally. That's Walkertown, what Walkertown is. So it's an immersive consumer experience that really celebrates what makes Johnnie Walker very special. So it's celebrating the legacy, celebrating the heritage, and celebrating the craftsmanship on what makes it very special. Okay. So on top of that, it's a series of consumer experiences that travels all around town, bringing together a mix of local and international talents for our consumers to really enjoy and to celebrate life every day, everywhere. So really, it's a really special thing. And I don't know, Betty, if you've been to one of our...
Okay, so I'm sorry, I have not been to one of them, but I know there's one coming at the end of this month, which we're talking about. I must attend. So now just, I want you to just help us visualize. You're saying it's like a whole experience of this and that. So I want you to talk to us, like when I enter that place, like the event, what am I seeing? What is special about it? Because we've seen so many concerts, so many events all over the place. But what makes this one very different? From visuals, from the literal experience.
Great. I think what makes Walkertown really special is the amount of deliberation we've taken into giving our consumers what it is they're asking for. So being very choiceful, in terms of how the experience is set up, we are making sure your entry to the venue is really seamless and exciting. So as you come in, of course, that is very well taken care of. You come into a brilliant experience. As you come in, you get an opportunity to understand what makes Johnnie Walker really special. So we've got tastings, in a very special way. So working with renowned mixologists and hospitality practitioners that can help you really discover what makes it really special. Okay. So and then our huge inclination is around entertainment. So we've also brought in a clever mix of both local and international talent. So we'll speak about more of that later as to some of the talents we're proposing to bring around further down this month. Okay.
So I've seen how it looks, because obviously I follow everything that happens online, and it's honestly super great, because there's the place, the booths, photo booths, like it's just like so much happening. The food stands, like you're entering into, I don't know, Disney World of like concerts. So what made you guys come up with such an event, in Kenya?
So, Betty, so at Johnnie Walker, we've got our global mission, which is to bring the brand story through immersive experiences. Again, like I mentioned previously, to let our consumers understand what makes this brand really special. It's one of the most iconic brands in the world. So help you understand about that heritage, but of course in a very interesting way. As I mentioned earlier, our consumers are demanding for more. They're demanding for more out of life and even for experiences. So a brand such as Johnny Walker, of course, bring together or rather listen to what our consumers ask for and bring that together for them. So within that experience, of course, music is the key one that you're anchoring on, but you also want to help them understand what makes our brand really special.
Okay. Yeah. So what can you say has been the biggest growth, even talking about numbers, from the first one that you ever had?
Yeah.
Who came? How was it? How else have you guys improved, over the, the events that you've had?
Yeah.
And what is big about the one that is coming up?
Oh, I have a lot to tell on that one.
All right.
So Walkertown is 2 years old now.
Okay.
And in the 2 years, the property has achieved remarkable success that we are really proud of. So the first one was in 2022. I was just having a chat with someone just before we came.
Why are you smiling? How was it?
It was amazing.
Oh,
so it
I was thinking you was going to say it was like, oh my gosh, it wasn't them, but it was amazing.
No, it was amazing. And I think really a testament to what the brand really stands for, about taking bold steps and really pushing boundaries to deliver something truly special. So then in 2022, experience was largely centered around Nairobi and its environs. But for the first time, as such, a proper brand experience took all the way to Meru. And that hadn't happened before. And then, of course, it was an exciting experience. We had in excess of 8,000 plus consumers at Kinoru Stadium.
Okay.
So, of course, we've traveled town again after that. We've gone over to Nakuru. And then our most recent experience towards end of last year in Nairobi at Uhuru Gardens. So over the years, we've taken the leap. Of course, initially it was largely a whiskey-centered experience, but over time it has morphed into a vibrant cultural experiences. Again, what consumers are asking for.
Okay.
We're always listening to what it is they want to say and
You're
bring
really
it to them.
listening.
And listen to them.
Okay.
So, and then you asked me, what is it that they can expect in this coming one?
Well, before we get to that,
okay.
There's just something very important now I have to ask, because you have this responsibility. You said 8,000, you're talking about people, young people in their thousands.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that apart from the music and the hype and the fun and everything else, that there's still a message, about taking care of themselves, taking care of their mental health? Do you guys also make sure that in such a big event where you have this population of young people, they still go home with something apart from the memories and the selfies and the pictures?
Yeah, so absolutely, Betty. And I'd answer that in two parts. So the first part of it is through the collaborations we give the young people we give to our young people and consumers by extension. So one collaboration, because of the talents we bring around town, we get an opportunity for them to be on the same stage. So imagine you've got this big international act and you've got an opportunity to be on stage with them.
Right.
I think that's phenomenal. But also internally.
What do you mean be with them on stage? Like, do they come, guys come on stage?
They share the stage.
Okay.
They share the same platform.
Okay.
And then, of course, within that experience, there's an opportunity to have a word with some of these talents we bring around. But I think even more importantly, in the second bit of it, at TABL internally, we have got an internal drink responsibly campaign, dubbed Drink IQ. Maybe you're familiar with it.
Yes, yes.
So within our executions, of course, whereas there's all the razzmatazz, of amazing food, amazing music experiences, amazing discovery experiences, we've got dedicated sections in the experience that their main job is just to let consumers understand why is it that you should drink responsibly. We tell them, drink more, drink better, don't drink more. So I think that's what's truly special in just ensuring that as our consumers are coming around, they really get a chance to understand that, it's important that you could have fun in a responsible way.
Okay. All right. So now we'll be talking about this September. I think our audience now wants to know, okay, what's going to be happening this September? Who's coming? And, are we invited? Very importantly.
Yeah, of course.
So let's talk about 28th, 29th.
28th and 29th.
Okay.
And you asked me earlier, Betty, what are some of the improvements you've taken over time? So over the last 2 years, Walkertown has been around. It's been largely a single day experience, but for the first time, it's a 2-day experience.
Oh, this is the first time it's going to be 2 days?
First time it's going to be a 2-day experience. So 2 days of pure fun. So you asked me about...
Yeah, so I was asking you about this September.
This September 29th.
Yes.
So one, of course, it's a 2-day experience. So what consumers can expect, again, talents we've gone far out and wide.
Who?
So on day one, Nigerian superstar Rema is going to be in the house.
Rema is good.
Rema is good. He's amazing.
Wow,
I hope you love his music.
I love... Who doesn't
What's your favorite?
Charm, obviously. There's... Yeah, I love it. And the first ones that he was so young, but yeah, I love... that's my favorite.
Charm is amazing. Have you heard of Ozeba?
Not yet.
There's a crazy dance they do with it.
Oh, really? Do you want to show? Do you want to?
No, not today. But I can't wait to try it out.
Okay.
So Rema is going to be in town.
That's big. You must have paid him a lot of money. Because we normally, we can pay that. But I see the big concerts he does, and for you guys to afford him, I guess you guys he's going to earn a little bit more than, than what we've seen in Africa, maybe.
Our consumers are asking for, so like I said initially, we just give our consumers what it is that they are requesting from, consumers demanding for more. And then, of course, we're in Kenya. Our very own BN is going to be on stage.
Oh, lovely.
So BN, and then rising British superstar RD is also going to be in there.
Okay.
So that's for day one.
Okay.
If I revealed everything,
that's huge.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
I think and then of course that's just not all. Those are the three, of course, arts. But we've also got a healthy mix of our local talent. We've got your Brooklyn boys. We've got a healthy lineup, Canada, in terms of DJs, and a whole range of acts that are going to be on stage that day. Okay. I think for our viewers, my encouragement would be if you just head on over our social platform, be able to clearly see some of the talents you're proposing. But interesting names, interesting performances.
You don't have to tell us who's coming on the second day?
Day two. If I spilled all the beans, there wouldn't be enough to look forward to.
But you're here, you're national TV. Where else would you want to say it? But I'm sure it's big. It's going to be something.
It's going to be amazing.
Okay.
So just hold on tight. Just a few more days and you're all going to know who's that going to be. But it's going to be amazing. We've got an interesting surprise act that we cannot wait to share with you all.
Okay, so there's a surprise.
The surprise act. Really special. We cannot wait to let you know.
And I like that you said that we're going to have local artists.
We're going to have local artists as well. Yeah.
All right, let me ask you, Duncan. Like, we see big concerts, across the world. There's Tomorrowland. Like concerts that shake, the world. What is it that you're looking at in terms of growth, potentially for the future for Walkertown? How big is it going to be? Are we going to be seeing it happening in East Africa, the rest of Africa? What is the future for it?
I mean, Betty, and I'm glad you're already thinking ahead as to what Walkertown could be over the coming years. I think already the registration of progress the property has made is remarkable. But who knows? We're already thinking maybe further down the line, Walkertown could travel to East Africa.
Yes.
But I think even much more importantly for us is, as you mentioned, your Tomorrowlands of the world and many other world festivals. Sustainability is increasingly become a very key thing for brands and properties to think about.
Yes.
So for us at TABL, I think what is currently within our gift, we've got an interesting platform called Project Rudisha. So it's our environmental conservation effort that helps bring back glass. Most of our products are packaged in glass. It helps bring that to ensure that we are reducing our carbon footprint. So that's within our gift. So within these Walkertown executions, consumers are going to come around. They're going to see the glass from the product you have consumed can be repurposed into a memorabilia, into a vase, into something really special that you could take home with, just to ensure that we are supporting conservation efforts. Of course, further down the line, we are thinking big. Of course, now Walkertown is now a 2-day property, but further down the line, of course, it has potential to grow into East Africa, and who knows, even further out. Okay,
so how affordable is it for me to be there? Is it for every young person? What's the age group? Maybe somebody's like, okay, I'm kind of like 50, but it sounds like a good time. Is there an age group and affordability? The people who are selling the food. Is it friendly?
Absolutely, Betty. We've taken keen interest in just ensuring there's something in for everyone. And then, of course, we are guided by the regulatory environment, of course, above 18 for consumers who are welcome to our audience. But in terms of age, anyway, if you really value a good time, you want to have a good time with Johnny Walker within Walkertown, you're more than welcome to come around. Of course, in terms of the food and drinks experience in the experience, we've also taken keen intention to ensure it's within accessible reach. But something also very special to our VIP, the consumers who are looking to get something extra special. There's also something extra special for them. So really key one that I'd like them to keep an eye for. Which is what? So, for example, they've got dedicated hospitality within their tents. For example, they've got dedicated parking. They've got personalized drinks experience within their tents. They've got dedicated entryway into the experience. So, really well thought out experience just to ensure for that VIP consumer who's looking to have something special within Walkertown, that has also been thought out for them.
Finally, as you wind up, where is it going to be?
Amazing. It's going to be at Laureate Gardens at the
Okay.
Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. That's where it's going to be.
Okay.
So we've gone into a venue that can allow us to have even more consumers, just to give them an appreciation of what Walkertown is.
Okay, amazing. Anything else you'd want to convince all of us? But I'll need a couple of tickets. So please go back to the drawing board and see if you can talk to somebody. You can talk to somebody who can give at least the audience members. I just come in Billy. All right.
I knew that was coming.
Of course, it has to come. Lazima nitetee watu wangu, my audience.
Yeah.
All right. So I really appreciate it, Duncan. It has been so fantastic speaking to you.
Amazing.
And yeah, we're looking forward to Walkertown.
Thank you so much, Betty. Can't wait to see you there.
I'm going to be there in my dancing shoes, and it's going to be a good time. All
Okay.
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Betty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking to Duncan Mokaya, shopper manager at Johnny Walker, just talking about the big, massive event that's going to be happening at the end of this month, the 28th and 29th. That's the Walkertown. If you haven't experienced it like me, maybe we should check out their social media pages and just see, where, the tickets, anything that you want to know, any more information about going to Walkertown. Sounds like a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to be seeing you there. All right. So thank you. All right. So